Hey, hey. Okay, so today's workout is going to be a full body reformer workout using no props at all. So don't worry about that at all. Have some water nearby and let's have some fun. So let's go ahead and start out with your footwork. We're actually going to do footwork for core first, but let's set you up. So either all of your springs on or you can take off one of your lightest springs, okay? You're going to lie all the way down. And just scoot a little out of your shoulder blocks for now and hug your knees into your chest. Rock side to side, massage out the back. Oh, that feels like extra nice today. And then bring your hands behind the head. Go heels together, toes apart. Knees track in line with your shoulders. And then lengthen your legs out over the foot bar and then pull right back in. Reach and in. Reach in. So I want you to feel the abs pull in and up. And notice how, I love this, having the foot bar up still, because then you don't let your legs go too low, right? So it'll show you like how low the legs can go. So you can really work the curl and really focus on the abs pulling in and up. Go for 2 more. 2. Last one, bend it in, then bring the legs all the way together in parallel. Keep pointing through the feet. Lengthen out, bend back in. Reach and in. You've got it. 4 more. Keep pressing your inner thighs together. Go for 3, 2. Last one, bend it in, flex through the feet, do the same work. Press out, pull in, reach and in, reach. Can you pull the abs in even more? 4 more. You've got it. Go for 3. Go 2. Last one, hold it out there. Heels together, toes apart. Point the feet, flex. It's mimicking your tendon stretch. Work your curl. Press the heels together. You point, you flex. Go for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hug the legs in. Rest the head down. Rock side to side a little bit. And then scoot back into your shoulder blocks. Now feel how the core is on and try to keep your core that activated as we do your footwork. So heels together, toes apart. You're on the balls of the feet on the foot bar. Get all 10 toes on there. Lift your heels up nice and high, but press your tailbone down. Then lengthen out, bend back in. Reach and in. You've got it. Work the tail down. Feel the abs still pull in and up the whole time. Reach. 5 more. 3, 2. Last one, come halfway in, little pulses up, down, tailbone down, work the pulse. Feel the sits bones reach towards each other to activate the back side of the body. Go for 4, 3, 2, 1. Press all the way out and come back in. Come onto the arches of your feet. Let's bring the legs all the way together in parallel. Reach your heels underneath the foot bar as the toes wrap over. Then you press out, pull back in. Reach and in. You've got it. Press the inner thighs. Keep that work up. Tailbone down, abs in and up. Press your palms down into the mat. Feel your triceps start to activate. Go for 4, 3, 2. Last one, come halfway in, little pulses up, down. I'm already starting to feel, again, just keeping the legs together, the inner thighs working here. Go 4, 3, 2, 1. Press all the way out, come back in. Walk up to your heels, flex the feet back from the ankles, and keep the inner thighs together. Press it out and in. Reach in. Really work that flex. Even when you're coming in, especially when you're coming in, try to keep the feet flexing back towards you. Oh, it feels so good to warm up these legs. Again, try to feel that core stay on. Go for 4, 3, 2. Last one, come halfway in, little pulses up and down. Press your heels into that foot bar. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Press all the way out and come back in. Whew. Come back down to the balls of the feet, heels together, toes apart. We'll do your tendon stretch. Press all the way out to straight legs. Lower the heels underneath the foot bar. Keep the heels glued together. Then lift back up. Down, up, down, and up. Feel the glutes again, reach towards each other. Ah, such good work. 4 more. 3, 2. Last one, lift the heels up, bend your knees, come all the way back in. Go ahead and rock and roll yourself up. Let's come on to 2 medium springs. 2 medium springs. We're gonna go into some ab work. We're gonna lower the foot bar down. If 2 mediums doesn't feel good on your neck, feel free to go to 1 medium and 1 light spring here. That's totally fine as well. Lie all the way back down. We're gonna go straight into the 100. Scoot a little out of your shoulder blocks. Grab onto your handles. Bring those legs to tabletop. Press the arms down. Curl the head and chest up. Lengthen your legs out. Heels together, toes apart. Challenge the angle of those legs today. Pump those arms up and down. You inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. So keep reaching through those handles. Keep it up. Such good work. You could always keep the legs at tabletop. Know that. Those legs can go to a much higher angle. You play with where it needs to be today. Feel the glutes reach towards each other. Let the glutes help keep these legs lifted too. 4 more sets. Inhale. Exhale. Strong arm pumps. 3. You go 2. Last set. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Hug those legs in. Reach the arms up. We're going to go straight into coordination. So bend your elbows right by the ribs. Curl the head and chest up. We're staying with that core. Press everything out. Hold it. Open, close the legs. Bend the knees in towards your chest. Then bend the elbows. We do that again. Everything out. Open, close, bend in, elbow. So it's called coordination because everything reaches, open, close. Then you separate it, just the knees, then the elbows. Reach, open, close, bend in, elbows. 3 more. Press the elbows down into the mat. Last one, reach, open, close, in, elbows, rest it down from there. Go ahead and hook those handles up, hug the legs in, and then rock side to side. Oh. Now hug one leg in, extend the other leg out nice and long. Let's go ahead and do your single leg circles here. Reach the leg up towards the sky. Curl the head and chest up, or you can honestly keep the head down and get plenty of work right here. This is just gonna be a little bit more core by curling up. So I want you to curl the head and chest up, hands behind the head, externally rotate through the legs. Then we're gonna circle across the body, up, circle, up. Keep both hips nice and anchored. Circle, up, 2 more, 2. Last one, reverse your circles. Out, around, cross, up. Out. Now the leg that's down on the foot bar, feel that inner thigh still hug the midline. Go for 2. Last one, hold it up there, little crunches up, 10, 8, 6, it feels so good in that core. Go 4, 3, 2, hold it here. Stay curled up, scissor switch your legs, 5, 4, 3, 2, left leg is up now, hug it in, rest it down. Just make sure it's your opposite leg, so whatever leg we didn't do yet. Go ahead and lengthen that leg up. Curl the head and chest up. Hands come behind the head. Keep a turn out to externally rotate through that top leg. Then we circle across the body, around and up. Circle, up. So you work the curl. Try to keep the leg nice and long. Go 2. Last one. At the top, reverse your circles. Out, around, cross, up. Circle it. Whew. Yes, with that core, right? Circle up. Go for 2. Last one, hold it up there, little crunches. 10, 8, work that curl for 6. Go 4, 3, 2, hold it up there, scissor switch the legs for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yes, hug it in. Okay, rock and roll yourself up. Now we're gonna go for your rowing series. So I want you to come on to 1 medium spring. 1 medium spring. If there's any like tightness in the shoulders or neck, like it easily takes over, maybe you go to a lighter spring just to really work this into your body and then work up to that heavier spring. Lower your headrest down. Bring your legs between the shoulder blocks, and you want to have a hand's distance between your seat and the edge of the carriage. Then grab onto your handles and go knuckles to knuckles at the chest. So elbows are wide to the sides, lift up tall. Then from here, tuck your tailbone, start to round yourself back and hold. Make sure to press your legs out into the shoulder blocks. Now keep your carriage completely still as you reach your arms out to that low V. And then keep the chest still as you start to press the arms back. Then when you can't get them back any further, start to round up and over. Don't link the thumbs, but just reach the arms towards each other. Feel the abs still pulling it up. Then start to reach your arms up towards the sky and circle all the way around out to the sides and reach for the toes. Then we come all the way back up. We do that again, and let's kind of like move with pace now, okay? So hands towards the chest, lift up tall. Press the legs out into the shoulder blocks. From here, tuck the tail, round back. Arms low. Press, scoop up and over. Reach the arms up, 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 up. Circle it around. Back up. Here we go. Round it back. Arms reach. Press your palms into those handles. Scoop. Reach. And I always love to think here, you're trying to keep the carriage as still as possible. Let's do one more. Round it back. Press. So right there, yes, the carriage moves, but then try to keep reaching through your handle so that carriage barely moves on you for the rest of the exercise. Of course it's going to, but that'll make you work a lot harder. Now from here, we go flat back. Arms come up to a 90-degree angle. Lift up out of the spine. Keep a flat back. Start to hinge back with this shape. Then hinge straight back up. As you start to pitch forward, reach the arms up towards the high diagonal. Press into the pinky side of those handles. Come all the way forward. Arms press back. And then the rest of the exercise is like the last one. You reach up, circle, feel the abs still scooping in and up, and come all the way back up. Whew, 90 degrees again. Full body right here. Hinge back. Hinge right back up. Start to reach those arms up. Press in that pinky side of that handle. All the way forward. Press back. Keep scooping those abs in. Reach up. Circle. And back up. 90 degrees again. 2 more. Hinge. Lift. Feel that lift out of the low back. And when you round forward, think of spine stretch forward, where you're really rounding forward but still scooping the abs in and feeling that low back press back. Last one, hinge. Up. Reach, reach, reach. All the way forward, press. Up. And around. And come all the way back up. Whew. Okay, go ahead and hook up the handles for a second just to shake it out. Let the head go. Yes. Okay, so now I want you to bend your legs. You're still on that 1 medium spring. If you're not on the medium, you can absolutely do this on a light spring. It almost makes it a little more challenging on a lighter spring because you're no longer being supported by the springs, okay? So we're gonna go for half rollbacks. So your feet are on the headrest, and I want you to choke up to where the black tape is. I'm gonna make it a little less noisy, so I'm gonna thread my hands through the handles, and then I'll hold on to that black tape. Okay, now from here, sit up tall, and then you'll play with where your hips are at, depending on how far back you go, okay? From here, tuck the tail, start to round yourself back, Maybe that middle back touches, and then scoop the abs and keep the arms long, round back up. And again, round it back, collarbones wide. Keep the arms long, bend through that spine to come back up. So the body is going to want to tell you, keep going, to bend to help you up, but you want to keep those arms long and make the body do the work versus the spring. Go for 2 more. This last one, I want you to just go halfway back and hold. Then from here, it's almost, think of like reverse teaser, okay? From here, you're gonna lift one leg up using your core, bring it down, then just alternate. And I want you to really feel that knee pull in towards you slightly to feel that core connection. In and in. Whew. Go for 4, 3, 2, last one. Sit all the way tall. Let it go for a second. Inhale. Exhale, round it back down. Now both legs come up to tabletop, so find that. Now tap one leg and then switch it. And try to keep your chest completely still. The body's going to want to tell you to kind of like lift and kind of do some stuff. Keep everything still. Just move the legs from the core. Go for 4. And 3. Go 2. Last set. 1 and 1. Hold it there. Lower both legs down. Come all the way back up. Shake it out a little bit. One more. Lift up tall. Inhale. Exhale, round it back. Both legs come up. Now you might give me more of a diamond shape depending on like where your hip flexors feel this. You're going to lower both legs down without moving that carriage and lift back up. Tap it and up. And try to keep that chest as still as you can. Hard to do. Feel the ribs pull back. Go for 4. 3. Woo-wee. 2. Last one. Hold it up. Lengthen those legs out. Maybe hit that gorgeous teaser. And bring it down. Sit up tall. Yes. Okay. Then from here, since we're right here, you get to stay on that like that medium spring. You might end up adding the lightest spring too. We're going to do a little bit more seated row. So 1 medium spring. If it feels like you can get a little bit more out of this, go 1 medium and then 1 extra light spring, like if you have that extra light spring, okay? If not, just choke up higher. So I want you to choke up on your straps towards that black tape, if you have a tape, and then cross the straps so they're in opposite hands. Now, I don't want this crazy heavy where you're having to hoist to do this work. So I want you just to sit up tall. I want you to use the muscles versus momentum. And we row. So elbows go wide. You're going to pull the elbows back and then reach it forward. And the good news is we've already turned on the back by all that rowing series that we did. So we're just kind of going back to it and going, oh yeah, those muscles get to wake up again. Reach. And you're just lifting up tall. So if you need to bend the knees to do that, that's absolutely okay. Feel the rhomboids, the muscles between the shoulder blades. Pull the elbows back. 4. 3. 2. Last one, hold it back. Little pulses for 8. For 6. Go 4. 3. 2. And 1, reach it forward and rest. Shake that out. That feels so good to move like that. Okay, now, I know some people don't love these, but we're doing them today. They're your leg sweeps. So for your leg sweeps today, you're going to change into your loops. I want you on 1 light spring, not an extra light if you have extra light, but just 1 light spring. You can absolutely do this on a medium spring. I find with the light spring, you get more range and get into your glute more versus like using the neck and shoulders. So it's up to you, either one light, if you want to try to get after it, one medium's fine too. Okay, come kneeling. Let's all do the same leg. So sit back onto your heels, grab your strap that's on the left side when you're facing towards the carriage right now, towards the shoulder blocks. Then take that strap and bring it onto the arch of the left foot. All right? Then from here, hands are gonna make those L shapes like that around your shoulder blocks. And we'll play with that too if that doesn't feel good in your body. Then from here, I want you to reach the leg back towards the high diagonal. So it's not completely hitting my shoulder, like the rope isn't hitting my arm. I want that high diagonal. Now you're gonna sweep the leg down, brushing right next to the carriage, just to where you hit center. I don't want you to come too far, because when you come this far, you're gonna end up using your back to move. So just to the center, then press it up and back. You reach center, up and back. And again, that lighter spring lets me get more range, makes me work my core a little bit more to find that stability, and then I'm not in my neck and shoulders too much. You're trying to keep the weight as even as you can in the arms. So watch that you're gonna wanna lean into your right side right now. Press up out of your right arm. Go for 4, 3, nice long neck, 2. Last one, hold it up there. And then I want little tiny down up pulses. Up, up, up. Go 8 more. Keep pressing up out of that right arm. Go 4, 3, 2. Hold it there. Now, actually bring the knee down for a second. Let's set up your forearm here better. Bring the right forearm down. It goes between the shoulder blocks, and then you'll hold on to your peg behind that left shoulder block. That way we can open up the hips a little bit more. Now, reach the leg out and you open up the hip. So notice how my hip is opening up towards you. Now from here, bend the knee in and press up and back. You bend it in and reach it. Now, to make sure that you don't go into your neck here, press up out of the forearm. Keep the right shoulder down. Go for 4, 3, 2. Last one, press it back, hold it there. Then from here, I want you to reach it a little out towards the side, then pull it back. Side and back. Reach. So small movement, don't worry about going too far, but I want you to feel that hamstring and that glute have to pull the leg back. Reach, pull back. Go for 4 more. 3, 2. Last one, lift. Bring it down and rest. We're gonna take that loop off. And I want to superset it. I just wanted to get you off of the forearm for a second. Let's superset that a little bit just with working right here. So your hands and knees, we can actually walk out, hands onto the wood frame, just underneath the shoulders, still at the wrist, knees right underneath the hips. Take that same left leg, open it to the side and in. Side, in. Oh, it just makes it, I just want you to go, yep, okay, it worked. Open, close it. Go for 4, 3, 2. Hold it up there, little pulses. Pulse it up. Try to keep the hip points facing down as much as you can. Go 8, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it down, sit it back. Let it all go, and then we'll get into that second side. Okay, round back up. Make sure you're centered again. Take the loop onto the arch of the right foot. So that's just the safest way of getting into that because it's a little tricky and sketchy when the carriage starts to move on you. So I found that's just the easiest way. Then from here, make the L shape in the hands, thumbs and pointer, go around the shoulder blocks. Reach the leg out to that high diagonal. Then from there, we sweep the leg down towards the center of the carriage, then press it up and back. And you're just, again, making sure that that rope doesn't hit you. You're trying not to lean into your left side as much as you can. You're going to lean a little bit, and that's fine. But you're just trying not to be like all the way off, right? Use that breath. Three more. Two. Last one. Use those glutes. Press it back. Hold it there. Tiny down, up, down, up. Really press up out of that left arm here. 8 more. 8. Nice long neck. 6. 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it down. Left forearm goes between the shoulder blocks. Hand onto the peg. Open up the hips. Reach it out. Then from there, bend it in. Press and reach. Bend and reach. So as you bend the knee and feel that core connection, it's almost like a little oblique crunch. Leg goes to that high diagonal. 4 more. 4. And yes, you're going to feel that bottom leg that's not in the strap working as well. 2 more. It's almost like which one's working more, right? It's doing a lot of stabilizing. Last one. Reach it, hold it there. Now you reach it a little out to the side. Pull it back with the hamstring. Reach, pull it back. Press up out of that left forearm. Shoulder down. I caught myself wanting to sink. Reach, back. Go 4. 3. Go 2. Last one. Hold it there. Then bring it down. Take the loop off. Let's just make sure for good measure that we feel that work. Hands onto the wood frame, shoulders over the wrist, knees under the hips. Right leg opens, closes. Oh yeah. It's like, yep, check the box, it worked. Open and close. Lift, lower. It's hard sometimes to really feel how fatigued the glute is because you're focusing on so much form. Go for 4, 3, 2, hold it up there, little lifts. Lift it up, up, up. 8 more. 8. Go 6. Go 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it down. Sit it back. Round yourself up. Lots of good work. Go ahead and toss your loops into the well. Okay, so this is what I want to do next. We're going to kind of superset that. The heart rate's up a little bit more. We're going to go for a lunge cardio series next. So we just did the right leg, and I want to stay with that. So we're going to come on to one light spring. Not the extra light if you have that, just one light spring. And actually, bring your foot bar up to the highest notch setting. Just a little bit more stable that way. And I want you to come onto the side of the reformer where your right leg's going to be forward, left leg's going to be back into your shoulder block, okay? Oh, it's nice and light. So let's work this lunge series here. So you're going to come into your lunge. Now, your shoulders, as you come up, as you start to bring the right leg back, your shoulders need to come over your wrist and bring the right leg back. Now, I always like to just teach it where you come here first and hit a plank. So that way, a lot of times I see people like try to stay all the way back here. No. You want to stay over the wrist, reach the leg. Come down, sweep it back. So you shouldn't crash your carriage because you're not bringing your carriage all the way in. Join me when you're ready. Down, press it back. 5 more. Find that plank each time. 4. The foot doesn't need to touch down, but you're just finding that plank. The right leg gets to get a little sweep. 2 more. Last one. Now you hit your lunge. Now a little different. Think of elephant, we're gonna call it elephant, where you round through your spine, pull the leg up, and the leg just stays like right underneath the hip pretty much. Then you come back down. Round and lift, back down. Up. Keep going. 4 more. 4, 3, 2, last one. Now you're going to hit your plank again. Bring the foot up. Hold it there. Find the plank, then float the right leg off. Pull the knee in, reach it back. In, reach. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it down, bring it in. Woo! Shake it out. Gets the heart rate up a little bit. Bring some fun to your workout. Go ahead and come over to the other side. Move this out of your way a little bit here so you just don't have to look at it. There we go. Okay. So left foot forward, right leg back. I will say this. If you get a little wristy and you're like, my wrist, Jenny, what's happening probably is that you're letting the wrists come back and you're dumping into them versus trying to get the wrists long and have the fingers wrap around the front of the foot bar that's further away from you. Play with that. It's gonna feel a little precarious, but that's where you want the hand placement. Make sure the thumbs come around with the rest of your fingers too. Left foot forward, right leg back. Get into that lunge. Take one just to kind of find your position, right? Float the leg back, maybe even put it up. See, shoulders right over the wrists. Keep the wrists as long as you can, and then bring it back down. Go for it when you're ready. How fun is this? It takes like 1 or 2 to get it. So again, if you can't get it this first time, don't worry. And it just gets you some nice length in the quad and the hip flexor as well. 5 more. Remember, I'm not crashing that carriage, right? Good. 3, 2. Last one. Go for that elephant. So you round, pull the leg up. This is like your trunk. And then bring it back down. And down. Pull the ribs up. Think almost upside down teaser as well. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. Bring the leg back. Find your plank. Pull that knee in. Reach it back. 8 here. In. Reach. You've got it. 6. Abs in. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it down. Whew. Bring it in. Shake it out from there. Okay, let's go ahead and bring your foot bar back down to that middle notch. We'll cool it down a little bit. Put all of your springs on except for that light one, whatever you did your footwork on, okay? Lift your headrest back up. We're gonna run. Go ahead and lie all the way down. Balls of the feet on the foot bar. Press all the way out to those long legs. It's gonna feel heavy. Then lower one heel as you lift the other heel. And then lift both heels up to meet at the top. Then lower the opposite heel. And then you can just start to run through that. Tailbone long. Find space in the hip flexors. And just make sure that you're not locking behind the knee. Try to still feel the quads lifting the kneecaps up. Neck is long. All that feels good. Go 8. Go 6. 4, 3, 2. Last set. Lower one heel under. Just get that nice stretch. Switch to your other side. Then lower both heels under. Just get that nice stretch there. Lift your heels up. Bend your knees, come all the way in. Bring the arches of your feet onto the outsides of the foot bar, just to the corner edges. Let's do pelvic lift to finish. So tuck the tail, lift your hips up just a few inches. Make sure you don't go too high because your headrest is still up, right? You're gonna press the carriage away, then pull the carriage back in. Reach, pull in. So I want you to press onto the top of that foot bar. Then feel your ribs pull down towards the carriage. See how that turns on your core and makes this a much more active end to your workouts. Go for 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. Come all the way in. Keep the carriage all the way in. Slowly round down through your spine. Hug your legs in, rock side to side. And what a great, somewhat of a quicker, full body workout on the Reformer today. Go ahead and rock and roll yourself up. And you are all done with that work. Awesome job. Keep doing these workouts. Again, any questions, comments, I am here for you. Keep it up. I'll see you soon.